What up, geekdom? This is Chipmunk. We're going to be talking about WrestleMania and the effects that The Rock has on it. Because I think he is the biggest key factor of why this WrestleMania 40 is going to be the biggest WrestleMania as of yet. And I think the smart thing that Triple H and The Rock has done when trying to get things started was they did an audible with the audience with some of the decisions that they were trying to make at first. The audience didn't like it. The Rock versus Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. They knew that they wanted Cody. Cody deserved it. He won the Royal Rumble. And that's what the fans wanted. So they were like, you know what? Okay, we're going to give you that, but we're going to give you way, way more. And having The Rock as the heel is the way, way more that they have brought in. I think he's different from the Hollywood Rock heel that we had gotten before. I think this is a different type of heel of a Rock. And it's crazy because it's like, okay, we're going to have this idea, especially with Triple H, because you can tell that he really trusts The Rock to bring it. And The Rock brought it, pun intended. He brought it. All he has to just say is just,
get your ass in there.
and The Rock is going to do his thing. And he definitely did his thing as the heel. He doesn't need much work to pull the crowd in because everyone was booing The Rock. Everyone hated The Rock for the situation. But The Rock was able to turn the crowd into loving him in the situations. You hear the audiences in the crowd every single time when he shows up. They go wild for The Rock. They want to boo him and stuff when Cody's out there and everything else. But when he comes out, he is electrifying. This man is electrifying. And he does such a great job. And he's a really, really good promo work. I am still afraid of the match. Because The Rock, again, he hasn't wrestled in so long. He does look kind of stiff still. But I still think this is going to be something spectacular. And yeah, he is the reason why. He is the reason why. And
professional wrestling is cool.
You know, WrestleMania is going to be the biggest WrestleMania as of yet. And what's sad is, like, you could have done this and stuff and pushed a lot of the other wrestlers and their stories a lot more to also help. Because I was like, the other matches are not bad. And I would have loved to see more of Bayley versus Io Shirai as far as promo works, as far as just getting that feud out there more. Because that, to me, is a really, really great matchup. Jimmy versus Jay is a really, really good matchup, really, really good story. I think Gunther versus Sami Zayn is a really good story. It's just not pushed as hard. That didn't get enough time. And all of them did take a back to The Rock and what was going on with the Bloodline. Even Seth Rollins' story with Drew McIntyre, and that matchup is taking a backing to the Bloodline and everything. And it sucks in that because it's like Drew McIntyre, you think he deserves a lot more for that. And he's taking a backing to the Bloodline, and that's Seth Rollins' whole focus. That's why I'm hoping Seth Rollins lose. I'm sorry. I hope he loses during WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre because I'm like, you are underestimating him so much by just doing this. It's just as far as the story goes. I don't hate him or anything. It's just, I think his character is pretty interesting. I know a lot of people don't like his character, but I think his character is pretty interesting. And hearing him about where he came up with the character being a more toned up version of MGK, I was like, it makes sense. And it's like he just kept it even after the heel, even after him being a heel, he just kept that same type of character into a face. He didn't change the character much. But still, I hope he loses because of how he has treated his title, taking it back to that in his matchup by trying to help out Cody. So we'll definitely see. We'll definitely see how stuff is going to go. But this is a very, very much exciting WrestleMania that's coming up. I can't wait to see it. But you have so many good just matchups for WrestleMania, and that's why I think it's special. It's just the stories should have been pushed and done a little bit better. But, you know, the main focus was the Bloodline story and what's going on with Roman Reigns, The Rock, Seth Rollins, and Cody. So that was the main focus, and that's what everyone's been hyped on. That's what everybody's been wanting to see. That's what is getting the people there. Them, you know, even in the arena of Chicago, you know, CM Punk getting them there, and Speaking of CM Punk, horrible way to try to do that segue. In his interview, a lot of things he said I already kind of figured with AEW, and while the video I had created about Tony Khan being the reason why AEW is going to fail if he doesn't change. And I don't hate AEW, but I agree with a lot of things that CM Punk has said about AEW, what was going on. And I agree with a lot of other people, whether it's like Bully Ray or other wrestlers and stuff, about what has been going on with AEW, and it sucks as far as just you want them to succeed, but you see so many faults in AEW. They could have learned a lot of different things and stuff from those people, like CM Punk, like a lot of other people that came from WWE to AEW. You could have learned a lot from them as far as how matches should go, how stories should go, everything. It's a lot that you could have took in from that, and then how he doesn't really take control of his wrestlers and his team and stuff, Tony Khan, and how he's just trying to be a good guy and not a boss. And I was like, I said that before, he's too much of a, I'm trying to be buddies with everybody instead of just trying to be firm of what, hey, this and this and this. But I'm like, if you don't want to be firm, you could have had somebody else you could have hired as far as just being the leader of everyone and making sure everything is done the way it should be. And it's ridiculous that, stuff like that has to happen. What happened with CM Punk and what happened with everything. And the only thing I disagree with CM Punk on was him saying that he didn't threaten Tony Khan, so he doesn't know why Tony Khan said he felt threatened. And I was like, that's more of what Tony Khan felt at the moment. You can't really depict on what someone else feels in a moment. It's Tony Khan probably just what he saw, how stuff went about. He probably was scared, and he feared for his own security because how he saw CM Punk act. And so that could have been just the whole thing of just how Tony Khan felt. So even though you felt like you wouldn't be threatening to Tony Khan, in other people's eyes you probably wasn't threatening Tony Khan and everything else, and you probably weren't. You probably weren't like doing anything crazy as far as towards Tony Khan. But how Tony Khan felt in that moment is way different than everybody else's how they will feel in the moment. So I was like, you can't depict on how someone's gonna feel in the moment, how they're going to react. It's like, how kids, even though they're not being threatened, they see their parents and stuff getting into fights or getting into anything. They get scared and they get worried, they get scared for their own safety because of they seeing this commotion and stuff going on. It's kind of that type of thing. So you can't depict on how Tony Khan feels. That's the only thing I mostly disagree with CM Punk on. But everything else I feel like is spot on.
Tell me when I'm telling lies.
And WWE is not perfect. Like, they had a whole bunch of faults and stuff, especially under Vince McMahon in the past, like, couple years, 4 years or so, during the pandemic and after, There were some problems and stuff with WWE. And I think Triple H taking over was a big step up in progress for WWE. But, it's a lot of stuff that's like, you can tell that AEW is just not doing that they should be doing. And it sucks. It sucks because it's like you want to be fans of AEW because of the great talent that they do have. It's just you feel like they're just not being used in the best way possible. But they have so many great talent. It's crazy. It's crazy. But it is what it is. But yeah, I can't wait for it. Hope everyone else is excited for WrestleMania 40. Definitely going to do my talks on the results of WrestleMania 40. So if y'all want to check that out later, please do. I probably won't be able to post it until like Tuesday next week or something like that. But I'm going to try to do my best to get my own talks and stuff out. But if y'all like this video, please put a like on the video. If you like to subscribe, see some more of my videos, please do. Thank you all so much for jumping on and giving me a try. I really do appreciate it. Please do take care of yourselves and each other. Peace, geekdom.